Sunshine's Corner, brought to you by Pensacola Parks and Recreation.
And it is a beautiful Wednesday morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you are? Your Sunshine stepping in. I want you to step right on into Sunshine's Corner. As we always do, we've got a fantastic show that's lined up for you. Information, knowledge gives you power. So that's what we talk about here every single day on Sunshine's Corner. And as always, I want to invite you in to be a part of the show. Now, you can call us up at 850-432-7768 or text us at that very same number. Let me revert back to yesterday. When I got home yesterday afternoon, I want to say thank you for all of the inboxes, the messages that I received in regards to the show on yesterday. We got more of that information coming your way. But as a matter of fact, now today, I've got two powerful guests that's in the studio with me today, and we're going to talk about some things that's on the way that you need to be a part of. And first of all, I want to say good morning to Mr. Jerry McIntosh. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with me.
So glad you invited me.
All right now, and then we're going to move right on over and talk to my good friend, Mr. Ron Baldwin. Thank you for getting up early this morning. I got to tell everybody.
Good morning.
When I talked to Ron first, he said, I said, you need to be there by 8:30. He said, in the morning.
I'm retired, and I mean retired.
I don't blame you. Well, I tell you what, we got so much to talk about because I want to move over here to Mr. Jerry McIntosh, first of all. First, let me say again, Jerry, I want to just thank you, give you your props for all the work that you do in the community to look and to make it even better for all of the citizens. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Now, there's something that you do because I found out, I didn't realize it's been 27 years. 27th year anniversary. This is a banquet that you've been doing for 27 years. Now, I can go back and think when I first moved to Florida, when I remember when I was listening, watching all the stuff that's going on, and with the fact that what you have continued is absolutely amazing. I think that the torch was passed to you, and that torch is yet burning with a great big flame. And I'm proud to have you continuing to do things to make a difference right here in our Pensacola community.
Yes, our founding president, Mr. Leroy Boyd, we named the building the Center for Social Justice after him. And he was one of the catalysts that brought everybody together to bring this to where it is today. And we definitely want to thank him and recognize him for the work that he done. And working with him was a joy because he was always he was animated when he
was something else.
Yes, he was.
But he knew how to get things done.
Yes, he did.
And that was the great part of him, making sure that everybody was on task and everything was done properly and in its place. And today we are doing. June 21st is our 27th annual Freedom Is Not Free banquet that we are doing on June 21st. And it's something that we have been doing for a long time now, and making sure that we get good speakers, have good food at the banquet, and,
I can attest to that.
and have good coordinators, and the chairmanship just happened to fall in my hand this year, which
but it fell in good hands.
Hopefully anyway. But everything is going well. We still have tickets for sale, and our tickets are only $50.
That's right.
And we still doing ads. We up until the 9th, I think to the 14th. I know we supposed to have cut it off on the 9th, but I think we're gonna go to the 14th.
Absolutely, which is good.
So that everybody can get their ads in, everybody can get their tickets. And we probably might sell some tickets at the door. I'm not totally sure, but I think we will.
And where are you going to have it this year?
It's at the Improv on 375 North Main Boulevard.
I wonder why he know that address.
Right.
Yeah, that's my brother's place.
And our keynote speaker this year is Kyla Janae Lacey, who is a spoken word artist and a historian. And, she has been on many shows, like Tamron Hall. Last week with John Oliver, she'd been with Bazaar. Harper Bazaar has featured her. Slate magazine the New York Times, the Atlantic, Fox News, and her resume includes hundreds of colleges that she's spoken at, and you know, she just goes on and on.
I know that's right.
Yeah, she is really good. Hopefully, you'll get a chance to interview her when she get here.
Absolutely,
and
love to.
Yeah, because she's awesome.
And you know, I mean, you know what I got to say this year, because what you do and what he does, Ron, is what I really applaud. The things that are so much lacking that we're trying to strive to hold on to. When I hear you, and I hear you on other places, I be listening to you when you come on the radio. I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, but the things that you're doing to make this city even better is something beautiful. I love it when I hear you speak on education about the fact that how we got to make sure that we keep the education in our school system that they're trying to take away.
Exactly.
And even on with the program that you have, I think it's something like Juneteenth on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We honor Juneteenth with our program. We, you know, and civil rights.
Right.
We continue voting rights rather. We continue the voting rights because we understand how great that, you know, that, and how significant it was to get that right.
Amen.
You know, there was a time we had to count jelly beans in a jar,
Amen.
how many bubbles in a soap, you know,
I ain't know about that.
the poll taxes to keep us away from it. And it is so important that we continue to make sure that people are educated about their vote. And I know a lot of people say, my vote don't count, but things have changed. And voting now is even more important.
I'm telling you.
Because you got to have the proper legislators to legislate that's going to make things better for the life of everybody in the country. And things have changed so much that protest now is you know, the First Amendment is under attack. And we are fighting to make sure that, you know, we are in Tallahassee, you know, a lot. Fighting against, we don't always win when we go down there, but we are there. We spend our own resources to get there because we want the organization to continue to be stable, to continue to grow, and for the next 27 years.
Amen.
You know. And we're looking for younger people to come in. We're the elders now. You know, I would just love to just sit on the board.
No, you're the mature one now.
Mature.
Right.
Yeah. Mature one.
You're the mature.
Oh, no.
Elders up in here.
I'm just talking about myself.
But you know, I hear that, isn't it Rodney Jones with you?
Yeah, Rodney Jones is the president now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we trying
now
to.
he is full of energy.
Yeah.
Yes,
he has
yes.
so much going, and you know, I was surprised that he continued to have time to do some of this stuff because he got his own business. He got the other program, the civil citation program. He's working with young people and young children. So him and his wife, you know, and so they do a whole lot of stuff. And you know, I'm just making sure that everything is carried out in his you know, when he's not there,
right?
Because I know he got so much on him.
But
and
you know, Jerry, you do quite a bit yourself. I mean, like, because I see you on social media. You've got a live version that goes on where you know, you got your video on Sundays.
Yeah.
I mean, but I follow you, and the things that you're doing deserve to be, you know, acknowledged.
Yeah.
Because it's not an easy task.
No, it's not.
And I mean, with the things like you said just a moment, think about it, Ron. How things are today, that you really got to put up a bigger fight.
Yes.
And I'm so glad to hear you say, let's get people to go out and vote. I hear people, oh, my vote don't matter. Yes, it does.
Yes.
It does.
It is, you know, it's not the panacea to everything, but it is a powerful weapon against dictatorship.
Yes.
You know, in America, you know, it's really a great experience. And if we don't keep this experience going, we will fall under dictatorship.
Amen.
And so we are fighting to make sure that we save our democracy.
There you go.
Because once democracy gone, you have no voice in the process.
That's right.
You know, so my thing is to make sure that people understand that in a democracy, you know, you have rights to speak.
That's
you have
right.
the right to protest.
That's right.
You have a right to vote. You have rights to come into a platform like this and express
That's right.
your opinion and ideas in the marketplace, in the free marketplace. But in dictatorship, you wouldn't have that unless they tell you what to say and do.
Gonna tell you what to say and when to stop. Don't go to that area. Don't you touch that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what people fail to realize, that under dictatorships, people can come and take your house and nothing you can do about it. You know, that's something to think about. Yeah, everything.
Anything they want.
Anything they want. You have no recourse. You know, and that's why you'll see a lot of people resort to what they call terrorism. You know, and
when you hear people going out to get the gun to look for a job and go shoot somebody.
Grouping up.
That's right.
And preparing themselves for the possible
unbelievable.
Event.
So we have to educate ourselves to how democracy works and what is the results of a dictatorship.
Absolutely.
So our goal is to make sure that we educate people in that process. And then diversity and inclusion is something that, you know, I don't know what the problem
I don't know what the problem is either. I mean, but it's there.
And to learn history is there for us to learn from.
Exactly.
So that we don't repeat the same thing over and over again that may cause us to lose everything. You know?
Absolutely.
Or to
sacrifice for
right, or to break the for our country to break the law and order to break down in a country.
Absolutely.
So in order to do that, we need to know how things evolved into certain interests.
And that's what you talk about, like when they're trying to take the education out of the schools and everything, so that our kids won't know our history. And you know what also, Jerry, I find too with a lot of the, I'm just being real, because I'll question young people when I'm out talking to them. You know, they don't know, really, some don't know who Dr. King is and what he did.
Right. Well, you know, it's the way it's been taught.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And see, but what I believe that until it is taught the way it should be taught, that has to come from us.
I agree.
You know, we can't wait for somebody else to do that.
Thank you.
That is up to us. Every home ought to have some kind of cultural library, I would say, with books and, you know, pictures and images of themselves.
Absolutely.
So that they will feel good about themselves and not feel depressed when they see others excel.
Exactly.
Because you can excel as well in your ideas and your inventions and your cultural beliefs.
That's
and,
right.
You know, whether it's in music and whether it's in politics, or no matter where you go, you have the opportunity to move forward with
exactly.
that because of you know who you are.
That's right. Now you said something powerful there. To know who you are.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because you know, I look at this because I watch and I see a lot of things with the younger people today. When they see on TV, oh, I can do that, you know, and it's all about, can't everybody sing?
Right.
Can't everybody rap? I mean, so do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's also a plant there that they use it in their heads, to plant that in their heads. You know what I'm saying? Because now it is so explicit.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
And you know, critical thinking is so important.
Yes.
We have to think critically when we are trying to evolve things around the culture, around our children's, and making sure that they have the right, I would say the right opinions and ideas and education, all of the things that are necessary for them to move forward into history.
Absolutely.
But you know, one of the things I always tell people when they are saying, you know, we're gonna, you know, African American history is going to be taken out of school. You know, nobody will want it. They're going to teach it. It was stated that it has no value here in the state of Florida.
Make me scream.
Yeah. So, but African American history is the history of America.
Exactly.
You know, it's not something didn't happen here in America.
That's right.
And it's the foundation of the wealth of America.
Yeah, it is. It's a very foundation.
One thing that I want to piggyback off when you said they have to learn the sacrifices and all of the real history, not just the speech of Dr. Martin Luther King, because something led to that speech.
Absolutely.
Something within him, that man said that long life. You know, he wanted to live a long life, but he knew that due to the sacrifice,
he knew.
Well, the atmosphere.
And
the atmosphere that he was in.
was risking to be sacrificed for the sake of what he wanted for change.
And you know what I want people to realize is this: Now, realize this, when Dr. King fought, he wasn't just fighting, he fought for everybody.
Yes,
Yeah,
he did.
He brought out the separation. He let it be known that what was going on, but he was a fighter for everything, for the right.
And he was a fighter for inclusion.
That's
the
it.
very thing that we're trying to get rid of now.
Right.
But you got to go back further than Martin Luther King.
Amen.
You got to go back to Nat Turner,
Oh, God,
Denmark
yes.
Vesey, you know, all the way back. You have to go back to Sojourner in the Truth and
come on.
Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
You know, all
Yes,
of
how
these
such
great
did.
people.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, when, you know, these people were you know, they risked their lives daily.
Yes, they did.
Frederick Douglass made speeches that people won't even make in this day and time.
and he was speaking it strong too.
Great debater, my late cousin James Baldwin.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys that really spoke out against a lot of the stuff that was going on in America.
See now you bringing me some history I didn't know about.
Yes, it's in my book here. You know, and he really did a lot of things to change America, but he got so disgusted with America.
Right.
He moved to Paris.
Yeah, he did.
And,
to Paris?
He lived. He lived a lot of days in Paris and died in Paris.
Well, Du Bois did the same thing. He helped formulated the NAACP here, and they were, you know, he was one of the people that I think he went to Harvard University.
Right.
And you know, they were really trying to help bring America into a new era.
Wow.
You know, during the Harlem Renaissance and all of that.
Exactly.
So when you go back into the history and see what these individuals was doing and how powerful they were, and James Baldwin was in his book, The Fire Next Time, and it goes on
Great
and on.
debater.
Yeah, James Baldwin was just awesome.
Awesome. He didn't have no fear for any subject matter regarding that. He will make it clear and make it so simple to see the wrong that was happening in our communities.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Whew, I mean, this is a history class this morning anyway. Why? But now, Jerry, let's come on, because I know you're going to have to run. Now, let's talk about what's happening on the 27th. I mean, it's the 27th banquet. That's going to be taking place on the
21st.
On the 21st. There you go. Let's not get those 20s
June
mixed up.
21st.
June 21st. And you've got a great speaker coming in.
Yeah, Kyla Janae Lacey. Well, she just you know, I'm a little bit biased. She happened to be my niece.
Come on now. I don't blame you there. All she's accomplished. But we want to encourage people to come out and attend this and to see some of the things that you do and to be in the mix of some of the things that you've already done that people can be a part of.
Right. And that's the whole key. The key is to get people there. Hopefully, many of them become members of the organization.
Absolutely.
To help do the work that need to be done. When I go to Tallahassee, I don't I think I stated earlier. We don't spend the money of the organization. I spend my own money to go there to make sure that we have representation there.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that we're gonna have to come to realize that we're gonna need lobbies in Tallahassee, and that means that what we do here is going to have to translate down there.
I understand
but
totally.
In the meantime, we want people to come out and be a part of this.
How can they get in touch with you?
Oh, my number is 850. I don't mind. 850-206-3776. And Rodney Jones is 850-293-2756. And Belinda Donaldson is 850-549-6144.
And if you want to get in touch with him and you can't remember those numbers, just get in touch with me and I'll get you in touch with him.
Exactly. And Linda have been our mistress of ceremony for more than once.
Oh, yes, I have.
And Jerry, I want to ask you this, in reality to Movement for Change, how can we donate? Do you have any website or any donation website? How can people get more information? How can they do volunteer work for the movement for change?
Exactly.
Because we know that election time is indeed coming up. And like I tell a lot of people, you may have to be just a baking powder for the cake to rise.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
And you just need a little bit of baking powder.
And
to make a whole cake look right. So
that's right.
Let yourself be the baking soda or baking powder, and come out and vote. Come out and give $1 or $2 or something for this movement for change, and let your voice be heard, whether silent or open.
Absolutely.
We have Cash App, and I'm setting up some other stuff right now. But we at 1603 North Davis Highway. People can come by there to get with us, to talk with us. I'm there every Tuesday. I'm there just about every day, but on Tuesday and Thursday, we know we're gonna be
absolutely
there. But today I'm going by. Today we are there for the duration of the week.
Absolutely.
Up until after the banquet, and then we're trying to get other people to come in, and so because it's so much time goes into
absolutely.
And we need people to answer phones.
No doubt.
All of these things are necessary if we're going to keep things going. We need to be able to talk to people
right.
around the state. We work with other organizations like Black Voters Matter Fund,
of course.
like the Northwest Florida Coalition. We work with so many different organizations,
no doubt.
all the way down the state, because it's so important that we work together to make sure that we save what we talked about earlier, our democracy.
Absolutely. And everybody, I want to remind you now, because Jerry, he's got to go, and I appreciate him taking the time to stop by early so we can get this information out to you. But make sure, if you want to get in touch with Mr. Jerry McIntosh, reach out to me. You all got my number. You know where I am, and I'll make sure that you get in touch with him. Make sure you attend this event that's coming up on the 21st. It is the 27th, and I'll tell you more about that. Coming up right here on Sunshine's Corner on Blab TV.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
There are many reasons someone may need in-home care, whether it may be respite care, them recovering from surgery, or having a chronic condition. Having someone dedicated and reliable is imperative. Supplemental Support Care Services was created to provide to those who are in need with quality care that they deserve in the home. Taking it a step further, our main goal is to ensure that Supplemental Support Care Services is where the love and care is top priority.
And welcome back to the hottest spot there is in Pensacola. We're talking about Sunshine's Corner. Listen, I want to thank Mr. Jerry McIntosh for taking the time to stop by to give you some information about his event that's coming up on the 21st when they're celebrating the 27th year anniversary. That's with Movement for Change. But listen at this. It is time to roll on back over to the chair now. We're going to talk to my good friend, Mr. Ron Baldwin. And listen, Ron has done some things I didn't even realize. You know, I try to inspire people really deep on Wednesdays because inspiration doesn't mean just one way. When you see a person that goes out, makes a difference, make a change, write books, become a movie star and all.
Yes.
And I say that because Ron, you have done so much.
Yes,
your book, The Voices?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me more about that, because I want to know how you got to write this book.
Well, really, over my years, while being in the military, I was able to see a whole lot of different people and situations and things that were going on. And I penned a lot of that stuff and just put it in a folder.
Okay.
And so later in my life, I began to start writing this book, and the voices that I heard during my journey, and my journey was a valley style journey, you know, walking through the valley. I had this fearless mentality that nothing could ever go wrong, that I was able to slip and slide. But I later found out that the voices I heard was trying to guide me.
Oh, come on now.
And warn me.
Come on now.
About this travel. And so while doing all the different things that I did and the chances I'd taken in life, I had a lot of close calls, and I seen a lot of sad things, and I penned them. I was considered to be, as they call the black sheep, in my family during that time, and I was able to look at the things that I caused my mother to cry, and I wrote about that. You know, lost inside of myself. Who can ever find me? Who can ever reach me?
Right, right.
And when I was a private, pretty much undercover drug user. And so I penned this poem that was called "I'm Lost Inside."
Okay.
And one of the stanzas really identified how lost I was.
Oh, wow.
And during that time, it was a dark time in my life, and I had been arrested several times. And I was at this time, during this time, I was in the middle of a bad situation, relationship problems, legal problems, financial problems, unemployment at the time. And the only thing I had in my little world was that drug.
Really?
And so I penned "Lost Inside of Myself." Who can ever find me, or who can ever reach me? And I creep outside of myself only when I'm alone, to see this little small world that I call my own. And only for that moment I was able to see all the things I've lost inside of me.
Oh, that's powerful.
And so I began to look at those things and start identifying those things and begin to pray on those particular things, because if you want something clean, you got to start washing it.
Absolutely. Come on now.
You know, and so I did the work, you know, and like David said, wash me white as snow. And he wanted to clean himself up internally. And we spent a lot of time fixing the outside person up.
And the inside.
And the inside person is tore apart.
Oh, wow. So how did you maintain that, Ron? Because, I mean, some of the things you're telling me, when I met you, I never would have thought that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, like I said, you know, sometimes you have all these masks, and I have a poem in this book that's called "Masked Feelings." And we mask our feelings. We hide them so deep within ourselves. And we wonder why people do crazy stuff like suicidal and mental health issues and problems that so many ignore.
Right.
And they look in the mirror every morning and see that person.
Right.
And so when I was looking at that person, I used to tell that person, I don't like you.
Really? But let me ask something. Now, when you say you were going through this situation, and I know that drugs are addictive.
Yes.
And that's a struggle. That's a fight.
Yes.
But when you came to the realization that you wanted to become clean, how strong? What is it that kept you focused? That other than Jesus, I mean, what is it that kept you focused to make sure? Okay, I gotta this person that I'm hiding on the inside. I gotta come on, clean that person up too. You may see me on the outside, but I gotta clean them up on the inside too.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I began to look at the real problem, and the real problem was I had not forgiven those people who had wronged me. And then I was holding on to a lot of hurt and a lot of pain.
Really?
And so we begin, as humans, we begin to start drifting away from, you know, crowds, drifting away from family members, drifting away from relationships and things of that nature. So we isolate ourselves and wind up living in a world with billions of people by yourself.
My God.
And so I didn't want that for myself.
I hear you.
I didn't want that, you know, as a father, because at this time I had, you know, children. I was married, on the verge of getting divorced, and I didn't want to get a divorce, and just think all kind of stuff. And of course, my father, when he passed away in 2005, and I was in the car business. Mr. Ted Ciano, he had passed away.
Oh, I remember. He could say, this man, he could sell a car.
Yes, man. And when he passed away, that really took something out of me, because I knew the greatness that was in me. I knew it was there.
Absolutely.
And my dad told me before he passed away, he said, I'm expecting good things of you.
Come on now.
And so I remember that voice, and
You made it happen.
Yes, and I talked to him all the time, and the Lord blessed me. I was able to get myself clean. I went to prison. And spent time in prison. And when I got out, I was in a drug court program.
Right.
And I was able to complete that drug court program and go to Biloxi, Mississippi with the VA. I'm a veteran.
Of course.
And I'm an advocate for veterans, and I stayed in the 30-day program over there.
Oh,
in Biloxi, Mississippi.
In Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yes, for
now
veterans.
Look at this, Ron. Now, when you went through all of that, now I'm going to tell you something that I didn't know today until I found out today. Now that has catapulted you. You in a movie.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, he showed me some of the pilots. Okay. I mean, you're in a movie, but I'm saying this to say, look at God again.
Yes, God is amazing.
He is.
You know, how I got into this movie is when I, of course, got out the program. My wife, I love her to death, Doretha Gale.
I know her. She was in my boot camp.
She fell in love with me, and I fell in love with her, and she encouraged me to. She's the responsible for typing, of course, editing this book for me.
Go, Doretha.
And so God had her there for me.
Right.
And then after that, you know, I was able to go forward, and we got married, and I attended the church that she Life Change Experience Worship Center. And if you want a good church, that's
go
the
there.
church. Life Change Experience Worship Center, where Pastor Darrell Montgomery and Karen Montgomery is the pastor and co-pastor there. But I was in a stage play in the church. You know, and so the Maca Days, and I acted as one of the young lady's husbands, and the young lady was killed or whatever in the little play or whatever, and someone saw that on our Facebook,
and look at you now,
and called because they wanted to get Fishburne to do the
Lawrence
movie.
Fishburne?
Lawrence Fishburne to do the movie, but he was unavailable.
Get out of here.
And so this lady that goes to church with me, Donna Mary, she told them, I know a guy that's in Pensacola that could play that part. And before I knew, they had flew here to Pensacola, and I met him at Books A Million. And I took the script, looked at it, and I accepted the script.
And in the movie, you are
I'm the principal that comes out of retirement to fix the school that I once had.
Look at this. Look at this platform, everybody.
God is good.
He said that, at first I was going through this thing. I was in this world all by myself, inward, on the outer surface. You thought one thing, but on the inside, I was all torn up.
Yes.
And the drugs took over you, and then God allowed you to go through a process.
Yes.
I believe there's a process and everything.
Purging process.
Okay, there you go. And when he did that, but look at this now. And then you had showed me also a documentary that's been done on you, right?
Yes, ma'am. I work with an organization that's
unbelievable, Ron.
Yes, ma'am. God is so good. And I get a little teary-eyed when I speak about things of that nature. But, I had, sons. And I knew that there are many men that is walking around here right now today that really think they're males. They're males, but they're not men.
Oh, I got the differentiation
They're males,
there, but they're not men.
But
I
they're
got
not
you.
men. So we created, my brother-in-law and in the group created this platform, Males to Men United. We showing males how to be men each and every day.
Right.
And so we have a platform where we meet on Tuesday nights on Zoom, and you're welcome to join us if you want to. And we talk about the different challenges that men have
to go through.
and how we cry and weep in silence, because we've always been told, don't cry.
Don't cry.
Don't
but
cry.
We're gonna come back and finish it. I like that, because listen to this. Men, it's okay. I tell my friends, when I can see a man let those tears fall, that's a man.
That's a man.
That's a man for me there. Listen, we're talking with Ron Baldwin. I mean, wow. And his story can inspire anybody. If you want to talk to Ron, you can call us up at 850-432-7768, or you can text us a question and we'll ask Ron about that question as well. But stay close. More of Sunshine's Corner is coming up right here on Blab TV. Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your menswear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with a powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Hi, my name is Brett McCabe. This is my wife Tanya, and we're the owners of Pensacola AC and Auto Service Center.
From the moment you walk in the door, we are here to take care of you. Honesty and excellence are the standard of our team. Our goal is to give you peace of mind, from oil changes to AC repair. All of our repairs come with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. We have a clean, welcoming waiting room with free Wi-Fi. When you leave here, you will have peace of mind. Come visit us and experience auto repair from people who care.
So much. We got to have lunch.
And welcome back to the hottest spot there is in Pensacola. We're talking about Sunshine's Corner. And I cannot tell you how impressed, because I believe that God allows us to go through situations so we can help somebody else. And when you hear another person's story, and how when you thought what you thought don't make a difference, is what God has in store for that person, because sometimes we can let people bring us down.
Yes, you
because
can.
They don't know the real story behind why certain things are happening in your life.
Exactly.
You know?
Sometimes, you know, we have a tendency to build and measure ourselves and our success by the expectations of other people.
Of other people, and other people not in your shoes.
Exactly. And we pretend to be like these other people on TikTok and all these different, you know, social media platforms where people try to mimic the personalities and characters.
Absolutely. We got a call for you, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
We got a call now, Ron.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see who this is on the phone. I go to Park 10, right, Jen? And let's see here. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
I just want to tell Mr. Ron Ball that I'm so proud of him, and it's never too late in life to make a change. Doing fine.
And thank you so very much, sir. You know,
that's Eddie Snell.
Mr. Eddie Snell.
You got it right.
Hey, Mr. Eddie Snell, how you doing? Hey, Mr. Snell was able to see a lot of that change, you know. In fact, Mr. Snell used to cut my hair in jail.
Get out of here.
Yes, sir. He used to come to the jail and cut my hair.
What? Now, well, Eddie, I mean, you play a big part in a lot of stuff that I see.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, don't just yes, ma'am, me. You know you do. But no, I just want, can you turn your TV down just a hair, Eddie, please? I can hear me. I don't want to hear me. Turn your TV down.
Yeah.
Because when Ron just shared with us that you used to come to the jail and cut Ron's hair, how long have you been doing stuff like that, Eddie?
I cut at the jail about 20 years. I just talked to young men and I helped a lot of young men in jail.
Really?
Yeah, he was an inspiration.
I'm an instructor at RTI. I managed a barbershop at the base for 15 years.
Oh my God! Well, you know what? You deserve a round of applause yourself. Thank you, Eddie.
Mr. Snell used to
But I've just
encourage
been knowing Ron a long time. I'm just proud of him. I'm just so proud of him.
Thank you.
Never too late to make a change.
Amen.
Thank
Amen.
you, Mr. Snell.
And thank you.
And let me say this. And never to look at you, look at God, look at you, Leonard, look at you, sunshine, look, on a cloudy day. Lord, I must give a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Sunshine.
Eddie, you something else, man. But I appreciate you, my dear friend. Thank you, Eddie. We'll talk to you soon, okay? He's already gone. But I just want to say to all, if you would like to call and talk to Mr. Baldwin, you can do so at 850-432-7768. You'll see me have to look at that number sometimes because I forget. 850-432-7768. You can call or text. But I want to thank Mr. Snell for taking the time to call to come in on the conversation because I did not know that he was doing services like that.
Right.
That he would go in and to help. And then you're saying that he was an inspiration to you.
Yes, Mr. Snell used to talk to me, you know, because, you know, no one ever thought that I was into the drug scene because of my how I was able to hide a lot of the stuff that I was doing.
Right.
But those experiences were still there.
Right.
You know, the moments that you felt lost, the moment that you felt defeated. And I experienced a lot of that defeat in situations like in jail.
Right.
But I also was able to rebound and find what was really eating me away. And that was my desire to live up to the expectations
of other people.
Of the people in my family. You know, my dad was he was a 32-year Navy man. He was very strict and he taught us very well. And as success began to show up in the family members, everybody was expected to meet that same success.
Oh, I hear you.
And when you feel like you was not, you felt, hey, I done let someone down.
Meaning somebody in your family.
Meaning someone in my family, the expectations of those family members.
Right.
But later on, and it only happened, honestly, maybe 15 years ago. I suffered through that for 15 years, but my therapist told me, she said, Mr. Baldwin, she said, in my conversation with you and looking at all the things that you are going through, it seems to be that your drug addiction is directly related to the failures that you think that your family expected for you to do.
Really?
And in the moment that you stop living up to the expectation of other people, you will be healed from drugs.
My God, that's amazing. Because sometimes, and it is true, that I'm sure everybody's experienced it somewhere in your family. Because that, you know, the family has this one set to do that, or that one set to do this one, or that one set to do this.
Exactly.
And I don't think that should be.
And of course, you know, it made you feel a little like a little outcast a little bit. But what that did for my family members, even for my children, like I told them, my boys, I have 3 boys and 2 girls.
Right.
And I tell them all, I have made all the mistakes for you. Look at my life. But
beautiful.
A lot of times, and a lot of friends that I started with, they're in the grave right now. A lot of friends I started with.
Better say thank you, Lord.
They're in prison for a long time.
Exactly.
A lot of people I started with have lost their mind. But
That's
God
right.
allowed me to be I never been shot, never been stabbed, never been, in any violent situation, because God always moved me before it happened.
Absolutely.
And so I was able to walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
I fear no evil, for thou art with me.
Yes.
Come on now.
And so you got to get a little bold when you're down there, but at the same time, you see a lot of people, and you can help a lot of people too. And so a lot of my recovery came from helping others. When I saw what
was happening,
what was in me, in them,
then you could reach out and help them.
I went and doctored
with them
and gave them the medication in conversation now that will possibly give them some healing.
Absolutely. But you know, Ron, I want to say this to the listening audience today. Please know that this show is designed to reach the community for things that sometimes you need a safe place to talk about those difficult things. And sometimes, just as Ron is saying, how we like to cover things up to give this facade of one thing when it's totally another. But right here, we want to go deeper so that you can see that there's help for all of us.
Yes,
that you can go through something. That don't mean that you stay there.
Right.
You can evolve from that, and that's what you're doing. When I say inspiration, this has got to be one of the greater inspirations that you can listen for, to see what God has done. And look at this man.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at him.
And I give God all the praise, but one thing we must learn to do, even as individuals, you can just say one word to someone that's kind and motivating. You see their struggles, you see their facial expressions.
That's right.
Just go and say something good.
That's right.
Because one plant is one water, but God will get increase. And I find in my journey, helping veterans, helping homeless people, and seeing people of that nature, and a lot of people suffering in silence. A lot of people could be able to get some type of services, but they're just not aware, and they don't know.
Exactly.
And when you see a person that you know can go down and possibly get some medical help or something from a service, you should point them in that right direction.
I agree, and I just love the points that you're making. I tell you, please, my dear friends, if you've got a question, if you want to get into this conversation, you can do that by calling 850-432-7768, or you can text us at that number as well. We're not done yet. We're coming back up. We got more conversation to tell you about. Even there's with the movie, there's another part coming up that you can see. It can be done, and we're going to tell you all about it right here at Sunshine's Corner on Blab TV.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Do you want to create but don't know where to start? Our new fabric line will inspire you. If you can dream it, we can help you make it. From using kits that include everything you would need, to taking classes to create something more personalized, Daryl's is the place for you. No matter if you're just beginning or experienced, Daryl's has you covered. Find us at 6705 North Davis Highway, open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in Pensacola. We're talking about none other than your Sunshine and Sunshine's Corner. And I've got to reiterate this now because I tell you, Ron is telling some things and he said the next one not to overlook him. Don't forget now, tomorrow, we're having a roundtable discussion tomorrow with May being the conclusion of Mental Health Month and with drug addiction, how they work together. We have guest tomorrow is going to be Sheriff Chip Simmons. He's coming in. We've got Hassan, who's coming in. We've got Delarian Wiggins and Jermaine Williams also going to do the roundtable tomorrow. We're going to be discussing things just like we're talking about today, and that's going to help you and to empower you on the things that we're trying to do as a community to make it better. Yes. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. But listen, Ron, all I got to say is don't let nothing or nobody. Remember that old song? I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around.
Turn me around.
Don't let nobody turn you around,
yes,
because
ma'am.
I am so pleased to hear and to see, and some of the things I never would have dreamed. I never thought that.
Yes, ma'am. You know, God has a way of putting you back where He intended for you to be. And anytime we have struggles in life, we can overcome those struggles. And everybody talk about, you know, they often throw this word around, I love you.
Oh, don't make me go there.
And so,
don't make me go there.
I tell everybody a lot of times, you know, I love them if I get a chance to spell it backwards, evolve.
Oh, come on now.
Spell it backwards.
Did you see that? Let's evolve.
So, let's evolve.
But
and
you know,
once we evolve, we can love each other.
We can love each other. But you know what, Ron, and I say that when you bring up the word love, I tell people often, I even tell my family, we use that word so freely.
Right.
Love is an action word.
That's right.
I mean, if you love me, you're not going to tear me down.
That's right.
You don't hear me, though.
That's right.
If you love me, that you're going to be there to help me to evolve. You know?
Never to abase.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think about that, and I just like, I like people to say, okay, do you love me, really? You saying that out of your mouth, but what you're doing don't say you love me.
Exactly. So a lot of people have different understandings in relation about love, because it's a traditional, generational effect. What they saw what love looked like, and that wasn't really love. So they don't understand what love consists of. Love takes a lot of work.
Don't you know it? It's a job that goes on every day. If you think your natural job is something, that love job is something you got to work twice as hard.
Yes, it is.
You know, and love don't mean just when the times are good.
That's right.
When those hard times come, can you love me through that?
That's when love begins to prove itself.
That's when prove itself right there.
Yes.
Love is not monetary.
That's right.
Love is not, it is not money.
No, it's not.
It's not the clothes on your back. It's not the car you drive. When you go through those rough patches, that's when true love is going to show.
I'm glad you mentioned that, about when you go through, and that's when true love shows up. You know, a lot of times, you know, people look at a person and see the issues and the concerns of those people, and they take advantage.
Say it again.
They take advantage of their weakness, telling that individual that they love them, but they experience a different type of
a different kind of love.
And that love will walk out on them.
Won't you know it? Oh my God! These are things that I often think, you know, and I hate it when a person goes, "Oh, I love you," really.
Right.
I mean, and I think we use that word so
love
freely.
With condition.
Yeah. But if I'm going through this, let me tell you, I can say this much. I went through a situation, and it proved to me what really love was, who really did love me.
That's right.
When you go through something, and nobody know you, I mean, all they want to know is, they just want to be nosy to see what it is that you're going through.
Yes.
But you don't understand the whole picture. Oh, but I just love you. What happened? Really?
Yeah, really. And that's just the information to use as ammunition.
That's all they want to talk about
against you.
They want to talk about you.
Yes.
Oh, did you know Ron did this?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, but I love him though. You know, I love him. But you know he did. No, that's not love.
That's right.
That's gossip.
That's right. And I always tell all my friends as I travel, you know, I meet people at the store, I meet people standing out on the street, whatever. And a lot of people just need a word of confidence, a word of hope.
Yes.
And so I try my best at oftentimes through the shelters and through Veterans United, veterans programs to help people and write up their paperwork to get their benefits, things of that nature. And we have to really show what love is in our community. And I don't look for, like you say, a monetary pay.
Thank you.
Because I know if I do it with love, because I'm concerned.
There you go.
And
that's the greatest thing you can give.
I don't have to worry about a monetary payment.
Thank you. Because God made you a promise.
Because God will give me more
He gonna take
than
care of it
any
anyway.
dollar bill
That's what I'm
that
talking
I can
about.
Get. And so, you know.
And people just don't get that.
Exactly. Favor is more valuable than any amount of money.
$dollar.
Yep.
I say that when I had to take a swig of my cold coffee.
Yes, ma'am.
But but let me say, can you believe our time is up? I can't believe that.
I can't believe it either.
I mean, but time flies when you got good things going on. You're putting out good stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to say to you today, continue doing what you're doing. Because as I study for myself.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
God not done with you yet. All we got to do is continue. You know, there's a song that I love. It's called I Surrender.
I surrender all.
My all to you.
That's right.
Because he said, whatever I need, he'll do.
Yes, he will. And going back to that movie, you know, it's called Walking Out of My Shoes. Walking Out of My Shoes. It's on YouTube, TV, and Tubi. It's based on education in urban communities, the struggles that we have in urban community without any Wi-Fi and access to computers that the kids need in order to participate in the challenges of education. And then with the things that they are lacking, you know, money and food.
Exactly.
So just try to look us up. We're on YouTube, TV, the premiere release.
If you key in his name, it's gonna go like this. Just put in Ron Baldwin.
That's it.
I've already seen it. Listen at this, Ron. Thank you for getting up early. I love to make this joke. I said, Ron, I need you on the show. I need your inspiration. He said, in the morning, at 8:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because I'm used to
listen, I
direct.
tell you. Look, I gotta go,
much.
guys. But listen, never lose your focus. Always remember, keep God first in whatever you do. Handle your situation like that. I guarantee you, you're gonna be a total success until 9 o'clock in the a.m. Know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone.
Keep shining.
Sunshine's Corner, brought to you by Pensacola Parks and Recreation.